Hey, surf's up everybody. I'm Max. Today we're doing a little kite surfing. Pretty self-explanatory, but check this out. See, normally when you go surfing, you need wave, but kite surfing is different. You can surf out in the middle of the water using nothing but the power of the wind. The wind takes up the kite, pulls the rope, and boom, baby, you're surfing. Allow me to demonstrate. First, we need a little wind. Let the kite do its work. Oh, come on. Cut the wind. Well, that didn't work. But I have confidence that I'll figure it out. You need confidence when kite surfing. You need confidence all the time. Confidence is living like you believe what God says is true. And you want to talk confidence? The guy in today's story was one of the most confident dudes in history. He truly believed God could do anything, even the impossible. I'm beginning to think indoor kite surfing is impossible. Hey, wait a minute. It's not impossible after all. I'll see you in a minute, okay?
The Bible isn't just a book of random stories. It's 66 different books that come together to tell one story. An incredible one about God's love for us. And now for an amazing story inspired by the book of 1 Kings. Chapter 18.
Many kings ruled over Israel. Some were good.
Give thanks to God.
But more were not so good.
Listen to God? Whatevs. I just want to eat grapes and check out the new line of bows and arrows, you know?
Not one of them, though, was as terrible as King Ahab.
Hey, that Baal looks like a pretty great god. Let's worship him.
Ahab didn't just ignore the one true God. He led all of Israel to worship the false god Baal. He even looked the other way when his wife Jezebel had prophets of the one true God killed. Ahab was such a horrible king, he sent the prophet Elijah to warn him.
Ahab. Oh, are you here to deliver my new 650Z model chariot with the racing stripes?
No. I'm here to deliver a word from the Lord.
Oh, well, that's a buzzkill.
As the Lord God of Israel lives, there won't be any rain until I say.
You can't do that.
Just did.
Don't even... Hey! Where are you going? Come back!
Just as Elijah had promised, there was no rain in the land of Israel for over 3 years. As crops failed everywhere, Ahab sent messengers everywhere to find and capture Elijah. But God kept Elijah hidden and provided him with food and water. And in the 3rd year, God spoke to Elijah.
Go, speak to Ahab. Then I will send rain on the earth.
Elijah met the king of Israel on the road.
King Ahab.
Is it you, you troubler of Israel?
Don't put this on me. You're the one who's troubled Israel, because you've forgotten the one true God and followed fake gods.
Oh, get off your high horse.
With all due respect, I'm the one who's walking.
We need rain.
Gather all the Israelites at Mount Carmel, and all the prophets of Baal, too.
Ugh, this better be good.
The entire nation gathered on the slopes of Mount Carmel. 450 prophets of the fake god Baal buzzed around like angry wasps as they faced off against the one prophet of God, Elijah. He called out to the Israelites.
How long will you take to make up your mind? If the Lord is the one true God, follow him. If Baal is God, then follow him. Come on, go got your tongue. Fine, let's settle this. There's one of me and 450 prophets of Baal. I'll put an offering on an altar to God, and they can put an offering on an altar to Baal. The God who answers with fire is the one true God.
Well said!
Well said. Hear, hear!
Yeah, you tell him. Good plan. Hey, that's a great idea.
Yeah, dude, your plan rocks.
The prophets of Baal prepared an offering and laid it on their altar. All morning, they danced wildly and cried out, "Ah!"
Baal, answer us! Baal, send fire!
Ah! Nothing happened.
Maybe he's on a trip. Or taking a nap. You know, you should probably shout a little louder.
Baal! Hear us!
Hear us!
Hear us!
By the end of the afternoon, the prophets of Baal were limping and hoarse. Shaking his head, Elijah called out to the Israelites again.
Come closer. Watch this.
Elijah used large stones to repair an altar to God that had been destroyed. Then he put wood on top of the stones and the offering, a bull, on top of the wood.
Hoo-wee, let's go!
Not yet. Fill 4 jars with water.
With water?
And pour the water over the offering.
Make it wet?
Make it wet.
But wet stuff doesn't burn.
Just give it a go.
The Israelites poured 4 jars of water over the offering on the altar.
Do it a second time. Do it a third time.
Oh, this is seriously cray-cray.
Water soaked the offering and the wood. It ran down the altar, filling up a trench at the base. Elijah cried out,
O Lord, let it be known this day that you are the one true God. Answer me so that these people may know you are God and that you have turned their hearts back.
Instantly, fire fell from heaven. It ate up the offering and consumed the wood. It even licked up the water in the trench. The Israelites fell down, faces to the ground.
The Lord is the one true God.
King Ahab couldn't deny what his own eyes had just seen.
Okay, but what about the rain?
Go eat a meal. I hear the sound of rushing rain.
Yeah, well, there's not a single cloud in the sky.
Elijah climbed to the very top of the mountain. He bowed down and called on God. Then he turned to his servant.
Go and look toward the sea.
The servant hurried off for the best view of the horizon, but quickly returned. There's nothing. Not a cloud.
Go again, 7 times.
So the servant went back to check the sky again. And again. And again. Can I get a snack break? But on the 7th time, hey, there's a tiny little cloud the size of somebody's hand.
Go tell Ahab to harness his chariot and leave before the rain stops him.
In minutes, the wind whipped up. The clouds grew and raced across the sky. Rain fell for the first time in 3 years. God's power was strong with Elijah. Gathering the folds of his robe, he ran through the storm so quickly he beat Ahab's chariot all the way back to the city.
Oh, hey. Let's say I put out some wood for a campfire, and not just any wood. Really wet, freshly rained on wood. And then to make it even worse, I take a big bucket of water and pour it all over the wood. And then, to make it even more ridiculous, I forget to bring matches. It would be next to impossible to start a campfire there, wouldn't it? But that's just what God did. When Elijah built his altar, God brought down the fire from heaven and burnt that sucker up. That's one thing you gotta remember about God. The word impossible to him is not even a challenge. There's literally nothing he cannot do. So what does that mean for you? Well, it means that when you've got a problem that's too big to handle alone, trust God with it. Trust that he's big enough to take care of it and that he's in control. And if you ask God for help and he doesn't answer as quickly as you want or in a way that you expect, keep trusting in him. because he's impossibly big and impossibly smart, and he loves you an impossible amount. The one thing to give you confidence today is this: God can do the impossible. God could even help me kite surf indoors if he wanted. No wind, you say? Well, there's if you lengthen the kite string and throw the kite out the window, which I did, but so far nothing. Maybe it's just not meant to be. I guess I'll get this stuff cleaned up. Whoa, whoa, it's working, whoa!